Hello, everybody. I am the guy in the basement, my wife's office, from an undisclosed location in Bethany, Nebraska. So, I'm going to talk about two things today. First of all, let's talk about Los Angeles, California. Of course, if you haven't heard, the Los Angeles Dodgers last night won the World Series. Yay. Not a Dodgers fan. Anyway, but the story behind that is what happened afterwards. Well, apparently, the city of Los Angeles started celebrating. Yay! And apparently, well, it turned ugly. Kind of like when the Los Angeles Lakers won the NBA championship. That kind of turned ugly too. Apparently, there were some unruly people who started rioting and started doing a little bunch of mischief stuff. And LA's finest was called in riot gear to break all this up. The LA, it was mostly what I read from the LA Times. It was mostly scattered around the city, not really concentrated in one area, but yet it was scattered. There were some injuries and some arrests were made, but it was mostly scattered. The Lakers one was mostly in the downtown district. So yeah, when the Lakers won their championship, it was mostly there was some looting downtown and some stores got broken into and stuff, and windows got broke out during when the Lakers won their championship. Most of the unruliness, that's what they were saying on in the newspaper, was happening around the Echo Park area of Los Angeles. But you know, you won a championship. Didn't you learn by the first one not to be stupid, Los Angeles? Didn't you learn that? Shame on you, Los Angeles, for being stupid once again. Yes, you won a world championship. And yes, there were some stupid people in that city who decided to just be, well, just to be stupid. And they were stupid. And unfortunately, the police had to be called out in riot gear to try to bring down these unruly people, I guess. But all in all, it's just stupid how it's just stupid. I mean, some cities celebrate okay, but somehow, some way in these bigger cities, they just turn into a riot. And once again, Los Angeles proved that. With and I think within a month or half a month or whatever, when I can't remember when the Lakers won their championship, this, but shame on you, Los Angeles. Didn't you learn from the first time? Well, apparently you didn't. And now you have egg on your face once again because you've proven that you just can't celebrate without violence. If you're going to celebrate, celebrate and be happy, be caught up in the moment. Yes, your baseball team, the Los Angeles Dodgers, won a World Series. They haven't won one since 1988, and they won. And yet, this is how you show them. Come on, LA, you're better than that. But on this, for instance, I give you shame on you. I don't know. It's stupid. If you're going to celebrate, celebrate peacefully and celebrate with fun. Don't celebrate like a jackass. That's all I got to say on that. My second point is we thought the riots were done in the United States. We thought all these protests were done. I mean, it's been going on since whenever, since the spring, summer, whenever. And we thought they were kind of calming down because a lot of these protests in the last couple of weeks were kind of up and down, nothing really severe, just a bunch of people walking the streets and protesting until they were blue in the face, not a lot of violence and anything like that. And now we come to Philadelphia. And it sparked some protests off across the nation for the last two nights once again. Yes, the protests are back in their 15 minutes of fame spotlight. It all started Monday afternoon in Philadelphia. Apparently, a man, I think his name's William Wallace or something like that. Apparently, as the story goes, and what I read was that the medical issue was called out to this address where Mr. Wallace was living at. and somehow the police picked up on it and probably just wanted to come over and assist the medical people. Then, when the police got there, Mr. Wallace apparently freaked out, had a knife, threatening to do bodily harm to the police. And so the police kind of ran out of the area and tried to ran in the street and they gave him all these commands, I mean, they did everything they could. Everything they could. Mr. Wallace had a history of mental issues. Apparently, what the newspaper said, he was bipolar. Apparently, he was on lithium. Apparently, he didn't take lithium that day or something. And he kind of freaked out, and he was wielding a knife at the cops. And apparently, he lunged forward towards the two police officers, and the two police officers shot him. The paper said they shot him 14 times. Yeah, I know, that's a little overkill. It is, let's face it, it is. Apparently, one person asked how come the police officers didn't have stun guns. The police department's response was, since they're a little underfunded, they couldn't hand out stun guns to every police officer in Philadelphia. And apparently these two officers didn't have stun guns. Yeah, this is going to be a little controversial for a while. Yeah. Monday night, after this all came about, the city of Philadelphia erupted in riots. Several officers and people were hurt. Mainly a lot of officers were hurt. People were throwing bricks, bottles, anything they can get a hold of at police officers Monday night. And last night, on Tuesday night, it spilled back over. The protest Tuesday night started out pretty peacefully when I was watching the streams when I got home. And apparently, it just turned chaotic after that. And now Philadelphia's governor said, I've had enough of this crap, and he's called in the National Guard for the night. But all in all, the riots have sparked up. Apparently, some riots were in New York last night. Some unruly people were in New York rioting, damaged some police cars last night, and a couple cops in New York were hurt. Down in Texas, there was a shooting. If you remember that shooting down in Texas, there were some riots that broke out in Texas last night also. Some police officers were injured and some people were arrested. So basically, bottom line is, the riots are back, I guess, for a while, because I thought after a few weeks they were going to go away, they were going to calm down, and they were just going to go hibernate. But now the Philadelphia incident has pretty much sparked the riots again. And the protesting, I'm sorry for all you people out there. But like I said, Tuesday night started out peacefully in Philadelphia, and all of a sudden it just blew up again. And that's why Philadelphia is on this Wednesday night, is going to have the National Guard. So I think that's going to be shut down. I think that's protesting might be shut down because the National Guard is going to be called in tonight on Wednesday, like I said. And so I think that might be shut down. About New York, I don't know. I think New York was probably a one-shot deal, but you never know with New York. I don't know why they're protesting. Maybe they're bored. I mean, all this stuff happened in Philadelphia. And yes, Texas, I think that might be shut down here eventually, but I don't know. But all in all, we all thought the rioting was done. We all thought the 15 minutes of fame was over. But we were wrong. I was wrong. They were wrong. A lot of people were probably wrong. I don't know. But yet I feel that there might be a big protest coming up over the elections. Who knows? There might be. There might be some protesting during the elections. Don't be surprised if there is. And if there is, don't be surprised, because they'll just probably, I don't think they'll be quite as organized, but who knows? They might be organized. That's just a gut feeling I have. But what the hell do I know? I'm just a guy in the basement in Bethany, Nebraska. So until then, leave a comment, hit that thumbs up button, that'd be nice, or subscribe, or you can drop me an email at drunkfarmer67@gmail.com. Love to hear from you. Love to hear your opinion on all this stuff. Give me a shout out. I'd love to hear from everybody. So until then, everyone have a wonderful rest of the week. Enjoy the weather and, well, in some parts of the country, well, you know what I mean. I'm out here. I'm rambling. Bye.